Hey.
Welcome to Nerds of the Northland, episode 8.
This week we're going to be talking about our favorite games by the franchise, or our favorite games by genre.
Yep,
Yeah.
top franchise in each genre, but we're going to talk about a few. He's right on. We're going to talk about a few games while we talk about the franchise in each genre. I know it sounds a little confusing, but think of it like action, RPG. We're going to talk about a top franchise for each one of those.
I'll edit in text because we're too stupid to describe it, apparently. But all right. Which
I'm over explaining it, but wink.
now we're fully being professional here.
No, we're always professional.
All right. So we're gonna start with RPG. So we're our favorite franchise RPG would be Final Fantasy, of course. Like I don't know how many Final Fantasy games I played. They're so amazing and replayable and so many titles. It just never ends. I don't know how you could beat our Final Fantasy as far as RPGs go.
Right. I mean, like, what are your favorite ones? Final Fantasy is definitely number one. I mean, it's kind of an obvious one for a lot of you, but we grew up with them. We like the old ones and some of the newer ones, and even some remakes. Obviously, I love 7, and I'm playing 10, and I love it. I'm stuck on Seymour Flux, but I love it. And no, it's Final Fantasy deserves number one. We could have said Dragon Quest and Breath of Fire, but nope, Final Fantasy is number one.
Yeah, I think definitely. And I have to say, probably, I don't know. It's really hard to choose a favorite. 7 is my favorite as far as nostalgia goes, but there's
Heck yeah.
7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Pretty much all I played. I mean, there's the Cursed Crystal Chronicles, but that was just the GameCube's attempt at, I don't know.
It was a hidden gem.
But all right, we're gonna move on to the next one. The next genre we're gonna talk about is platformers, and I don't know if you could choose anything other than Mario.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I mean there's Sonic and blah blah blah, but none of it's Mario, of course. I remember think back to Mario 64, how many hours me and Jacob spent playing that game. Like it's just Mario, no matter what.
Right, Mario's number one. So yeah, on Super Nintendo and other systems, there's Mega Man and there's other platformers. But no one can beat Mario. Mario 64, Mario 3, Mario World. Just those and Yoshi's Island. Come on.
Well, what was Mario World, like 1992?
90, my birth year.
There's very few games from 1990 that you could pick up today and play and have a great time with. Like, I mean, they're great games and there's a lot of nostalgia and like, Pong and Asteroid and all those old arcade hits. But how many of those games are you going to sit down and play for 10 hours and get, all the different levels and enemies and puzzles and different ways to jump and how many, like 1990. It's crazy they made it back then.
Yeah, exactly. Like Mario, he's absolutely right. Mario 2, the last level, the Japanese Mario 2, it's really freaking hard, and I might do it on stream soon as a challenge run. I don't just do speed runs. I play, playthroughs, sometimes challenge runs, and that might be a challenge run. But Mario is at the top for platformers.
Yeah, definitely. Next, we're going to go, I don't know, action adventure. Some of these games are kind of hard to lock down a genre because most games are multi-genre now. There's not a whole lot of just like we were talking earlier back on Super Nintendo. Like Mega Man X was its own thing, Final Fantasy was its own thing. Now everything's kind of like action adventure, action RPG, platformer adventure, action open world. But as far as action adventure, I think we're gonna go with the Legend of Zelda series.
Yeah, how could you not go with the Legend of Zelda series? We're mixing action and adventure together. We were thinking about it. Doing action and adventure differently, but then we included both of them because, like you said, a lot of games are combos. During the retro years, of course, there's might be some mixes like Mega Man, platformer shooter, but that's only a few. Nowadays, like he said, there's a lot of mixed games that have like 4 or 5 different genres. So, but yeah, Legend of Zelda for action adventure, even from Link to the Past to the sequel on 3DS to Tears of the Kingdom. Heck yeah.
Yeah, and I have to say, Zelda, A Link to the Past was probably the first game I really enjoyed. The original Zelda was cool. I really like how many mods they've made where it's like your Samus or your Mario or completely changes the game. It's kind of cool. But I don't know. I guess Super Nintendo doesn't really hold up as much to me as Super Nintendo. And then we have Ocarina of Time is probably one of my favorite games of all time. And then next we're gonna go with open world, which, as far as Zelda goes, you could probably put Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom in the open world.
Right.
But I think we decided to go with the Elder Scrolls and Fallout, like Bethesda in general. It's just their games are so amazing.
Yeah, we wanted to put Bethesda on there, and once it was like Elder Scrolls. No, how about Fallout? How about just put the Elder Scrolls games together because they're both pretty similar feeling and great open world games that really like help even game designers like me learn how to make open world games and how to help the player go this way and this way when the main quest is this way type stuff. It's really fun. So yeah, we had to put Elder Scrolls for open world.
Well, what brought me to Elder Scrolls in the first place was, you know, being able to do whatever you want, the open world aspect, and the being able to just like rob and do whatever you want, or be nice or be bad. But
Right.
then someone told me about Fallout 3, and the way it was explained to me was it's Morrowind with guns, and that's why I played Fallout 3. Or Oblivion with guns. I forget what era. I think Oblivion is closer to Fallout 3. I don't know, but
It's just
whatever.
so fun.
But I was told that Fallout is Oblivion is Elder Scrolls with guns. That's why I played Fallout in the first place. And Fallout 4, maybe the game, my top Steam game as far as time goes. I mean, yeah, that and Skyrim. I played so much, it's unreal. Like almost to the point where I can't really play them anymore,
Both of
unless I
those.
mod them to the point that eventually I break the game and it's just not fun anymore. So, but all right, it was next. I guess we'll go with. I think we'll move to Jacob with this one. This is more of his territory, I think.
For spooky season, we're going to talk about survival horror games, and we can go in different directions. And of course, in each genre we're talking about, there are subgenres. We realize that, and we will talk about a few extras later. Wink. But for survival horror, we have to give it to Resident Evil, the series. I mean, you probably saw this coming, but yeah, there's so many great games. Their first three games, I mean, Resident Evil 4 is my favorite, but you can call that like an action horror game. The remake's more scary, but yeah, Resident Evil 7 and 8, really good horror games that are more recent that you might know. So Resident Evil deserves the top spot, but Silent Hill is so close to the top. I mean, I speedrun RE4 and Silent Hill 2, and they're so amazing. My favorite games of all time. But yeah, Resident Evil at the top because of the survival horror aspect. You actually have to survive. It's not just run and gun for most of the games.
And, there's a lot of other games I consider. Like Dying Light is probably one of my favorite survival horror games in I don't know how many years. Dying Light 1 and 2, they're so amazing. Like the running and the jumping over stuff and the running from the big mutated things. It was so awesome. But Resident Evil, I mean, starting from number one, I mean, the voice acting is so terrible, it was hilarious. Like that's always fun.
Right.
And then Resident Evil 2 and 3, and then the remakes were so amazing. And Resident Evil 4 changed gaming, I think. That had to have been like my favorite game for 2 or 3 years when it came out on the GameCube, which was supposed to be one of the big three, the exclusives on the GameCube. But I think the PS2 and all the other titles were probably better versions of the game, honestly. But yeah, that's definitely where we're going to go survival horror. And next we're going to move on to sim racing, which I think maybe I've done a little bit more of.
Right.
Really, here I thought of like Forza, but I don't know how you can beat Gran Turismo with how intricate it is and how detailed it is and how realistic it is. That's where we'll go with sim racing. For me is Gran Turismo, I think.
I will say something about that. I haven't played as much as him as he said with sim racing, but I will say I have played it recently. Really, it really does make you feel like you are in the car. And the one of the first things I see is the graphics are of course amazing. So yeah, and they probably pick good tunes. So good customization, I suppose too.
Yeah, and I mean I don't know a lot about cars, but they simplify it for people like me. But I just want vroom vroom more power, vroom vroom faster. That's all I want. But they usually make that pretty easy to do. And I thought about Forza too, which you can almost put into our next genre, which would be arcade racing. I kind of wanted to separate them because Gran Turismo is so realistic and so in depth. You really have to focus in. But you go to arcade racing games like F-Zero. Forza is almost it's more of a sim, but I feel like the driving isn't nearly as realistic as Gran Turismo. And I really loved Forza Horizon. I'm still playing that game, hundreds of hours into it, man. I got all the DLC. Like I'm really enjoying it. But Gran Turismo is just Gran Turismo 2 back on the PS1 was just amazing for its time. And yeah, I don't know about arcade racing if Jake was anything. So I think, well, we'll let him go.
Oh yeah. Well, Mario Kart is at the top of the arcade racing. Well, let's slash party. A lot of you might have played Mario Party or in Mario Kart. We're talking about Mario Kart racing. That's the one I know more about. But I played the most recent one on Wii U, and then Super Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo, and then Double Dash on the GameCube, my favorite. And who cares about the rubber banding? It's really fun. It's equal. It's fair. It's balanced, and it's really fun with players, of course. And I want to put Mario Party in here too as a little extra little wink. Mario Party's awesome. I haven't played it in years though.
On a side note, they called it the Wii U. How did people who saw Kung Pao Into the Fist not think Wii U, Wii U, Wii U every single time they see the name?
Wii U.
Kung Pao Into the Fist, movie recommendation for no reason. Watch it.
Chosen, I'm coming.
It's so ridiculous. Okay, so that's arcade racing, and I had to say, definitely F-Zero GX was an amazing game. I remember playing a lot of that. But like back on the Super Nintendo, I wasn't really into that kind of stuff. And for me, if I'm going to play racing, I want it to be more in depth, like Gran Turismo or Forza. They have a lot of customization, and the amount of cars in Forza is friggin' ridiculous. And I really love the open world
Heck yeah.
of Forza where you can just drive off into the desert and just run over trees and get points for it. It's pretty cool. But all right, I guess we'll move on from that. Next, we're going to go on to sports titles.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
I don't know how. I mean, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. How do you even? What's the comparison?
It's so good. I mean, the remakes are good. The old ones are good. It's just good. Well, good multiplayer. I mean, play a horse with your friend. You just do that in the game. That's like a mini game. So.
You know what I mean? I miss Matters. Never saw the originals. Up to Thug 2 is probably where my love ends.
Me too. I like Thug the most.
I never played Ride where you had to actually do stuff because you need legs to do that. I have legs, but
yeah, I never played Ride either, but I definitely love Thug 1 is my favorite, and 1 through 4, Thug 1, Thug 2, they're all really good.
Yeah, such great games. And after sports, I guess this could also you could consider the sports, and this might be one that I don't know. I don't know if a lot of people are gonna remember or agree with this, but with our fighting games, we went with Tekken. Because I mean, Soul Calibur was great. Mortal Kombat, of course, but I don't know. I checked out of Mortal Kombat in like 1996. I don't know. The last Mortal Kombat I really remember playing was Mortal Kombat 2 on my Game Boy.
Hell yeah!
So I just never played Mortal Kombat. But there was Soul Calibur was great. I remember you see Yoda and Darth Vader or whatever. You had those crazy secret characters, and there's a little game called Star Wars had amazing fighting games, and Dissidia was great.
Definitely.
But as far as like we used to play Tekken together, Tekken Tag Tournament. I don't know how many.
It's so fun.
Yeah, just playing it together. I don't know how many hours we put into that.
Yeah, all I can say about Tekken is what can I say about Tekken? I mean, it just they programmed it really well. Like it was really fun. A lot of the characters were fun to play as, and so multiplayer was where we have it in nostalgia in the heart. Me and him and other friends who used to play multiplayer and Tekken Tag Tournament, and it's just so many fun games, mini games within it.
Yeah, it was just a great time. We had so much fun with it together. I think maybe that might be more of a personal choice than an actual quality of the game. Because Soul Calibur might be Soul Calibur 4 might be one of the smoothest, best graphical game. Dissidia too, with how much you can do and how much can happen on the PSP. But also Dissidia, why are you so difficult? I can't do anything. Stop being so difficult. All right. Maybe I just suck. I don't know.
I hope they watch
it's
that.
So hard. It is so difficult.
Who's they? Dissidia?
Yeah. I think Square Enix. I don't know. I think the Dissidia titles.
Oh, is Square Enix watching? Square Enix, please hire me. I want to work on Kingdom Hearts 4. I don't know.
Remake Chrono Trigger.
If you let me work with you, I will make Chrono Trigger remake for free. No, I gotta live. 100,000 a year.
Next episode, Jake gets scammed for all of his money by someone who says they work for Square Enix. All right. So I guess we can move on from that. Next, we're going to FPS. This is I know so many people are gonna give it to Call of Duty or Battlefield or blah blah blah. I don't play competitive shooters, so for my FPS, I have to give it to Half-Life. And as far as Half-Life goes, how amazing, as far as game design goes, how much it changed things, which it's more of Jacob's area here, game design.
Yeah, Half-Life. I have not played Half-Life as much as Joe, but the game design they did an amazing job with the story and connecting the player and making sure that you feel like you're inside the cutscene itself. And it was one of the first games to make you feel like as you were in the cutscene, you got to look around. That was a big deal in the design world, where during that time in the mid 2000s or early 2000s, you got to look around during a cutscene, and that it sounds simple now. A lot of games do it, but who started it? Valve.
Well, and spoiler, towards the end of the game, your gravity gun turns blue, and you can pick up people. And the back in that day, the realistic ragdoll physics of picking up a dude and chucking him at the wall was so amazing. Like, it was like, couldn't believe it. Now you look back and it kind of looks like crap, but we're spoiled. Everything looks amazing now. So I don't know.
Right. Well, next we're gonna go to Metroidvania, and not just because Super Metroid my thing, but guess what? We got to put Metroid at the top. But all of them, all the Metroidvanias that you can think of, Castlevania, Symphony of the Night. You might talk about that soon. Super Metroid is the best game of all time. The way they made the game, I already talked about this before, but the way it's programmed, Metroidvanias in general, you go to one area and then you can go to another one, get an item, and go back, and then you got to get the main item to go to a different area. You just back to an area what you were already at to unlock something. It's a big maze like that, but it's fun. They make it fun. They meaning like Nintendo or whoever makes it. Metroidvania, 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 Metroidvania.
I think we lost him. He'll be back. Yeah, Metroidvania. I mean, definitely Metroid's at the top because it made it. I mean, Metroid Zero, Metroid Fusion, Metroid, or Super Metroid, of course. But then we got Symphony of the Night, one of my favorite games of all time. And then every single DS title, basically, and the Game Boy Advance titles, pretty much all Castlevania titles, except for the 3D titles, just stop. You can't. It's not meant to be 3D. It's kind of like putting Mega Man X as 3D. It's ridiculous. He's dead. All right.
Damn it, you should have. Why did that make me laugh? Oh, man. One take, everyone.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening, but that's what's going on over there. Next we're gonna go to like this one's kind of hard to define. I guess we're gonna call it roguelike dungeon crawler. It's fun. Like, think Diablo, which is very close to the top. Like, I don't know how much time I put into Diablo 1 and 2. Very amazing games, and I think maybe the only way to revive Jacob is to remind him of one of his favorite games of all time. We're talking about a little title called Dark Cloud.
God dang it, why am I so nerdy?
Answer the question, people. Comment. Tell us in the comments, why is he such a nerd?
Dark Cloud is amazing. Dark Cloud 2 is amazing.
I actually still have it today on my PlayStation. On disc that I paid for, I promise. There's not a hard drive running.
No, roguelike dungeon crawlers are fun because the dungeons change and you get to make your own town, and it's just a fun story.
Yeah, and I mean, and of course, you gotta talk about Diablo. Like, just Diablo 2, Diablo 3. I mean, Diablo 3 is kind of disappointing. It was just Diablo 2. It was Diablo 2.5 is what they probably should have called it. And I really want Diablo 4, but I haven't played it yet, and I don't know. Then we got Path of Exile, which my brother is super into. I got into the first game, but the way they have the economy and the way you use a website to see what item is worth what at what time, it's really cool. But I don't know. Gotta go with Dark Cloud. Dark Cloud 1 and 2. Just such amazing games and like my formative years of gaming that I really loved.
Oh yeah. I think Dark Cloud was the first game my dad got me for the PS2 when he got me the PS2 when I was like 13 years old back in 2003, and I fell in love with it. Didn't know what it quite was, but then when I realized like the dungeons change, you get to make your own town. I already said that, but like it just amazed me that a game that during that time could do all that, and it revolutionized a lot of inspiration for us game designers. Wink.
Well, I don't think there'll ever be a time again when. I forgot what I was going to say. There was always something there. There's something like...
There's never going to be a time when... There's never going to be a time when... There's never going to be a time when...
I don't know. I'm probably going to cut this part off. All right.
We're not cutting it.
I guess we'll finish that there. That's really some main things we're going to talk about because these are games that we really spend a lot of time on. And we know there's other like genres that are played a lot. Like as far as shooters go, like I never really played Call of Duty, or I'm not into competitive shooters. Kind of played Counter-Strike a little bit at the beginning, like original Counter-Strike.
I played Call of Duty for like a week straight, and there was an addictive quality because of how good it was. But honestly, just like him, I don't play it too much. It didn't dig me too well. But I did play it for a week straight, and I can see why people love it. I'll say that.
Yeah, definitely great. And also, I mean, there's like, I guess you can call them beat 'em up games. I think of like Streets of Rage to begin it with, or...
Oh, by the way, these are honorable mentions.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I forgot to say that.
But you'll edit it and put right here honorable mentions and lack of opinion and experience time.
Yes, these are things we don't really have a big opinion. I mean, puzzle games, like of course Tetris. That was fun when I was 8. I don't know. I mean, it's still cool. I understand, but I don't really play puzzle games much. Portal, I didn't really play Portal much. That's one that I guess is really cool. Didn't really play much of them though. I don't know.
I will say a few things about some puzzle game or puzzles inside games like Final Fantasy X, the one I'm playing right now on stream, twitch.tv/CosmoRetro. Shame. There's puzzles in the temples, but here's another one. Hogwarts Legacy. There's some really good puzzles in that game that I really respect. It took me a while and it was hard, but then I realized how they designed it, and it made me want to design it in my own games.
Well, there's plenty of games with puzzle aspects. I mean, we were talking
Right.
earlier about Final Fantasy X and the shrines, and you have to use.
I guess yeah, Tetris puzzle mainly. Yeah, I guess that I went off a little bit, but I'm trying to say I'm not a big puzzle guy, kind of dumb in that area, but I do respect the games I just said that have puzzle elements. But big puzzle games don't care for too much.
I guess I could almost call Pikmin a puzzle game, but that was never really my thing. I mean, it's
Oh,
cool.
I
understand.
I guess that was puzzle, a strategy maybe.
Yeah, and also, well, I know you also never talked about real time strategy. I think
Good segue.
Early Red Alert, Warcraft, so amazing. And there's not really much of them now today. I have this game called Stranded Alien Earth, where it's basically a strategy game where you crash a spaceship on a planet and you have to gather resources and build a community to survive and until you're rescued. So I guess you'd kind of call that real time strategy.
Sounds
cool.
pretty interesting. Yeah, watched a little bit of that. Nice.
I never played World of Warcraft, but Warcraft 3, I didn't play Warcraft 3. I think
popular one.
I allegedly torrented it in like 2015 and tried it, and it was amazing. Like with the way that the heroes, and you still had the build up your team and your home base and send out people to attack, and I really loved it. It was a lot of fun.
Good, nice. Hell yeah. But yeah, those are some of the genres we don't really play too much, but we wanted to talk about a lot of games we haven't yet, and I believe we went through a lot of franchises that perhaps you all love, and if anything we talked about inspired you to play some games, dude, that's awesome.
Play yeah, definitely newer games I play. I mean, and as far as shooter goes too, like I just started playing Stalker 2.
Amazing looking game, by the way.
And it slowly might be becoming one of my favorite FPSs. I don't know, I gotta play it more, but it's so realistic. It's so the danger. I mean, most games, if I just die over and over again randomly in a field, I want to quit. This game gives me a reason to come back. Like,
as a game designer, that makes me want to know how they designed it to make you want to come back.
Yeah, and the story is really cool about how it was like made by a development team in Ukraine and how the development got screwed because number one, they ran out of money, and then number two, there was this little invasion that may have happened in that country you might all know about by our best friend apparently, or something like that. I didn't say that.
I just saw myself on the monitor. Maybe laugh.
Oh man. See, this actually might be one of the videos where I might cut some of the stuff off because there's a lot of just dead time where I was trying to say things and I forgot what I was trying to say.
But people might want to see this. People might want to see this because it's kind of dorky and one takey, and it might be. Do you guys like this? Tell us in the comments.
Yeah, I mean, we keep doing these lists because we just want to talk about games, what our passion is. I mean, Jacob's making them. I mean, CosmoRetro Studios, look for Dream Days on Steam very, very soon.
Thank you. Yeah, so basically, I would say mid-November to late November, my game Dream Days is coming out. I would say our game because he game tested it too, and I'm just beginning my journey in my studio, and I really appreciate that, Joe. I got to be a little more about that, so that's awesome. And I'm also on Twitch, and I just do my thing.
Yeah, and I'm on Twitch, and I really need to do it more. I just don't. I need to get motivated to do things, and I really want to start. I really want to start a reaction channel on YouTube. I kind of already started it. I haven't done it. I need to get motivated to do these things, but hopefully you'll see more of me soon. We try to release every Monday. We've been successful so far. This marks 2 full months, our 2-month anniversary.
Heck yeah, number 8. Once we get to 52, we'll have to do some kind of go to karaoke and film it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long. Yeah.
Episode 52, karaoke, and we film it. And here, karaoke here. Just sing while something's going on.
Just scream into the microphone.
I actually think the volume, you guys are going to hear this. I think the volume from there and us singing is actually going to help the volume balance.
Yes, what he's talking about. But, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Hopefully we'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good one, and y'all be safe out there.